So I lost my job for absolutely nothing. Literally. Mostly false accusations. I say mostly because one part of it was understandable, and that was the technical part of it. Okay, I guess you could. I had I had an access card, and instead of using instead of letting people out of the garage using the computer, I just used the card um, to let them out. And maybe I shouldn't have done that. A simple "Hey, don't do that" would have been fine. Um, so I got no warning on that. I thought everything was fine up until, I just literally nothing. So that's um, but this this is crazy because I I it seems like everything that did go wrong in that place, it went wrong because of me, I suppose. People say shit, and I can't control what other people say. Um, the long story short, I this company, um, is it Propark America? I started working there in April, doing like beach work, like letting people into the beaches and them paying to get in. I was like the booth guy. Um, and that was, oh, that was okay until there was a story of a manager. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna use names here, just the company. Um, but there was a manager that just I every I've never personally had a problem with this first manager because I dealt with a few, three to be exact, and they just got worse till the last one. This is where it gets good. Um, but then I I never had a problem with this other guy personally, but just it seemed like everybody I worked with fucking ended up hating this guy. And then supposedly, one day I went into work, and then one of the girls said that this guy kicked over a garbage can, and like looked and said told the girls to pick it up, and was like standing over like fucking mocking her, I guess, while she picked up his trash or whatever. And I guess they had that on video. I don't know if they ever sent it to HR. Um, and then yeah, so that's what. So this guy, I guess, what I'm pretty much getting at through this whole thing is like this company's management is, I don't know. But then I went over to a lot where I let people park to get onto the ferry to go to another. That was okay. The manager that a different manager now, he was alright. The only thing I didn't like is he would leave, like he would, and a couple other employees complain about this. Like he would leave, I guess, which was fine. I guess I don't want to pick out too much about that, but that was mentioned in this last part, this last little part here. Um, so when I was talking to the last manager where I went to the parking garage when he fired me, he told me like, oh, the reason he left, because he would leave, the manager would leave, and pretty much we'd have to do all the grunt work, you know. We'd pretty much be running the place, without a manager on site, and I don't even know if that's like proper. I don't know. I don't even know the legalities of any of this. But it's just not right either way. And that this the last manager that I dealt with used that against me, saying, "Oh, he worked 65 hours." So like, I don't care who works how many hours. That's not my fucking problem. Um, and so and that was a big thing. But either way, when that ended, because that was seasonal as well, I went over to um, a parking garage at Providence Airport called Red Bean. Garage C. The letter C. Ooh. I don't know. This place was absolutely. You guys know. You see me there in a few of my other videos. Um, but I I went into work this past Wednesday, and I walk in and he tells me that he had to let me go, and I tell him why, and he gives me the shit about people saying that I go in and I look fucked up. What is First of all, what does that even mean? Or that I'm drunk or whatever? Which is absolutely not only bullshit, it's also unprovable, and just not a valid it's not a just it's not justifiable. Um, I could see if it happened. Um, um, so that was a big thing, because then he said, because I thought about it for I just walked out like when he told me, and then I ended up texting him later because I thought about it, and I ended up getting really fucking pissed. And I just pretty much explained at first I explained to him how I felt, and how he messed up and how he was wrong, because he was. That's just plain and simple. Um, and so I texted him after, and holy shit, they're getting funding for the wall. All right. Anyway, I waited till after, and I just kept getting pissed off because the things he kind of said. His he When he texted me, he said, "Oh, and you also looked fucked up when you came in tonight." And I was like, that's when I was like, okay, wait a minute. You I walked in, you told me that you had to let me go when I walked out. Not even a minute I was in that office. Not even a minute. Unless I was falling down drunk, which was impossible because I drive 45 minutes. I wouldn't fucking drink and drive. So he's fucking retarded. I should have smashed him in his face. I really should have, but I'm just gonna make him pay every dime in legal fees, pretty much, because he's going to court. That's that. Um, but how could you say I look fucked up coming in? And I thought about it. Maybe it's not about drinking. Maybe it's because of my beard, and maybe it's because the beard I have is for religious reasons. And then you go and say something like that. I mean, we could go that route too. Or, but I think this is more. Either way, it's not a just termination. Um, and then he got personal when when he, because I went. Well, here's another thing. Hold on, before I say that, and then he said, to 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 get my facts straight. Well, here's one thing. He said I called out twice. I called out once. once. Fucking once. There was one night where I had to leave like an hour early. That is not calling out. So get your fucking facts straight. Dude, I should have stoved him. I really should have. This fucking car accident apparently didn't fucking. I should have finished off what that didn't. Fucking. And, that's not any answer, so obviously I didn't, or I wouldn't, but I should have. But I didn't. Because I wouldn't. But I should have. But. One night. I had to go. I went to the hospital. Because I have an ulcer, and the ulcer like got infected, and I was in like dire pain, so I went to the hospital, but I didn't have my phone, so I had to use a hospital phone to call my grandmother, and I was trying to get my grandmother to give me the number. I couldn't. I couldn't have my, because she's 81 years old, so I finally got her to get his number up. Well, the name, because it's the contact is the name. So I said call him. So she called him, and she called him for me to tell what's going on. Or she should have. I don't know what, but either way, that And so I figured, well, I'll have her do it instead of nobody doing it at all. So, but then he got personal when he was saying that story was bullshit, and that my grandmother ratted me out, which is bullshit because I was on the phone with her when he talked to her, because she had her cell phone and then the house phone and then my phone. So no, that's not right. She had the house phone and my phone on with me, and then that, yeah. So 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 that's when saying that and having to like lie about that got really personal. And I said, if you want to get personal, we can get personal, and I won't stop till I take food out of you and your fucking kid's mouth. And I'll make sure you'll be fucking sitting on a sidewalk, and little fucking Jackson will have to stay home with mommy because daddy ain't got nowhere to live. It's just not right. It's an unjust termination. Um, but the whole company was just horrible management. It was just a terrible place. No, well, at first it wasn't a bad place to work at, but the way, I wish I could put screenshots because I only can record on my phone, but I have the text, and I could like load up screenshots and see, you could see where I just explained myself and how he was wrong, and then he explained, and I even said like what the hell they were saying of people complaining that making complaint. I'm like, that's a he said she said, and then he even agreed with me. So it's like right there, you just agreed with me. So, but that's a reason you're firing me. So it's like, so the whole termination's unjust and wrongly. So it propark. Now, it is propark America. So that company is involved. Well, they don't either way. The guy, ProPark is like the company, but the place I was working at, that this last place was a parking garage, Red Beam garage you see at the Providence Airport, and so. But I'm gonna say either way, that the manager is personally gonna be sued. He's gonna be subpoenaed to show up in court and defend his position on why he took it personally, and potentially, I mean, the way you can't talk, you can't get personal like with somebody like that. So either way, I'm not. I don't even care if I win. I just want to take him to court so he has to pay his ass out of legal fees, which is fine with me. Um, so I don't even care. But I'm just going to court. Um, and you know what? I do feel it was my beard that it wasn't drunk. The drunk was an excuse. It, I feel like it was more my beliefs, really. Um, and you guys know my beliefs because I've spoken about them on the channel there. So I think it was more that covered up by another thing, another reason. Well, this reason sounds better, you know. So that might be thrown into the suit itself. But I'm gonna give the company an ultimatum. If they don't want to be part of anything like that, let them go. Let him go and part ways with the company. If not, if not, well, because I was unjustly terminated, I could make a good case for, because that was one of the only jobs I've had really, and I was gonna be with that job, and I can make a good case that I was gonna be with that job for who knows how long. So I'll go after a 25-year income compensation, and let's hopefully nobody gets treated like this from a higher upper management position again. And maybe companies who don't have great management will learn from something like this and be better management. You know, get better management. So we don't know. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. See ya.